Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I'm back with another craft vinyl project. I'm going to be decaling these wine glasses with some cute designs from CRICUT Design Space with a theme for summer, while also testing out some new craft vinyl from Teckwrap Craft. So I have 4 wine glasses here that I picked up from Dollar Tree, and I love doing different themes for different holidays and seasons with these Dollar Tree wine glasses, and I honestly just use these for like water glasses. I don't necessarily use them for wine. I just like the price point of $1. Well, actually now $1.25. I think these are great blanks to pick up, especially if you're learning how to use your CRICUT or new to vinyl crafts. So that's what the blanks that I'm going to be using. And I do have a discount code if at the end of this video you are interested in purchasing some vinyl from Teckwrap Craft. You can get 10% off your order at checkout, and that goes for everything on the website except for the mystery boxes, which are already heavily discounted. So my code will not work on the mystery boxes. And I believe they just launched their June mystery box. So if you're looking to stock up on some craft vinyl, now is a great time to do that with the mystery boxes because you get a ton of vinyl at a heavily discounted price. So for this video, I'm going to go over the details of the vinyl first, and then test out the cutting, weeding, and application process, and then give my thoughts and recommendations at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. I have this vinyl sheet pack. These are called the starter packs on the website, and I have the neon color changing sheets pack. So when we open it up, we have these really beautiful bright neon 12 by 12 sheets. So you get like this neon yellow, hot pink, a regular yellow, a blue, and then I think this is like a teal or blue green. And then this is what was kind of throwing me off because on the website it says that there are 5 pieces and there's six here. So I don't know if this color, this purple, is from a different collection or if maybe they did add another color and they just haven't updated the website. So if you are going to order this, I would just say to only expect 5 colors. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this out because I think it might be an extra added on accident. But on the website, it's showing these 5 colors. And then you also get a 12 by 12 sheet of transfer tape. Is it 1 or 2 pieces? I thought, okay, yeah, there's 2 12 by 12 sheets of transfer tape. So I thought it would be cute to maybe do, I don't know, I haven't really picked out the designs yet on Design Space, but I thought it might be cute to do like a summer quote with one of the colors because I want to try to use all of them for this video to show you guys what the color shift looks like, because unlike the cold color changing vinyl that I previously did a video on, if you missed that, I will link it down below. I think there was like 9 or 10 different colors in that collection that I reviewed. But this one is different because these are already vibrant. And from what I understand from the website, they change from, the yellow changes to green, the pink to purple, the yellow to dark green, and then the aqua color, oh, that's aqua to dark green. And then what does the blue change to? Okay, blue to purple. So that's the difference between the cold neon color changing vinyl and then the new cold color changing vinyl, is that that vinyl is very muted to begin with, and then it gets vibrant when it gets cold. This vinyl just changes colors to deeper colors when it is below, I think, 59 degrees. I'm looking at the website right now. When the temperature exposed is 59 degrees or lower. Okay, so reading directly from the website, under the description, it says, with beautiful transitions, this vinyl is an excellent choice for tumblers, mugs, and cups. Create eye-catching decals, lettering, graphics, and designs for your favorite water bottles, car mirrors, and windows. And it says it's a permanent adhesive, extremely durable, perfect for indoor out projects. So I'm guessing this is not going to be great or recommended maybe for outdoor use, but more of like it said, with like mugs, cups, and tumblers. But it did say car mirrors, so, and windows. So I guess it can be used outdoors as well. It says smooth, wrinkle-free application, soft, ultra-thin vinyl material for making fine designs and small letters. And again, it says ideal for mugs, tumblers, cups, car mirrors, decals, window graphics, signage art, laptop skins, scrapbooking. And it says compatible with all craft cutters and vinyl plotters. So we're gonna go ahead and put this to the test. So let me take you guys over to CRICUT Design Space, where I will go over the designs that I'm going to use and then the cut settings. All right, guys, so I'm in CRICUT Design Space and I've chosen all of my designs and loaded them on the canvas. I got them all from the Images tab. And I am a CRICUT Access member, so all of these designs were available to me. So if you are a CRICUT Access member as well, they will be available to you as well. So I just chose different images that kind of reminded me of summer. I chose 5 different images for the 5 different colors that I'm going to be using today. And I also decided to do each cup a different color, as far as just like the phrase good times and tan lines. And then I'm going to put one of these images on each cup. And the reason why I only have one little lonesome pineapple over here is because this is going to be my test cut, and I'm going to test out the recommended pressure setting that was on the website of 220 before I cut all of this out. I highly recommend doing a test cut. So I'm going to do that first, and then if it works, I'm going to come back and duplicate this 3 more times, and then I will continue cutting all of the other colors. So I'm going to choose on matte. And so I have my one little pineapple here, and this is a good shape to cut because there's a lot of different angles. I usually do a star for my test cuts, but the pineapple works perfect for that. So I'm going to go ahead and connect my machine via Bluetooth, and this does kind of take a while sometimes. I don't know why. And before I choose one of these, I'm actually going to click Browse All Materials, and then down at the bottom here, I'm going to select Material Settings, and then I'm going to scroll down all the way to the bottom to create my own custom settings. I'm going to click this Add New Material button, and I'm going to name it Teckwrap Neon Cold Color. And I apologize about my voice and sniffling, you guys. I am recovering from COVID for the 2nd time right now, so fun times. All right, so I'm actually going to change this over to 220. So if you've never seen this, this is how you make your own custom cut setting. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. Okay. And so now I'm going to browse all materials, and I'm going to search for that setting that I just made by searching Teckwrap. And as you can see, I have other custom settings that I've made for Teckwrap, other Teckwrap craft vinyls. So I'm going to go ahead and choose done. Now I'm going to go ahead and take you guys over to my desk and show you how I load the mat. All right, so I have my Teckwrap standard tack cut mat right here. It's a little dirty, but it'll still work. I just need to clean it. And I'm gonna load my first color or test cut color onto the mat. And it's really hard to tell, but there's actually a clear film, a protective layer on this vinyl that you need to remove prior to putting it through your vinyl cutting machine. And I get that question a lot with people, is why isn't it cutting right? And it's because of this film. A lot of people miss it. It's very easy to miss. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my little tool here to kind of flatten everything out. I actually picked this up at a Daiso, It's like a wallpaper thing, and it was a lot cheaper than the CRICUT brand. It's like I paid like $2 for this. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and load this into my machine. All right, so I just finished my test cut, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove the cut mat from the vinyl. I always recommend doing it this way versus peeling your vinyl off. It's just going to protect your mat. And so right away that setting looks like it's a little too much pressure, the 220 setting. So I'm actually gonna go with my setting that I usually do for most Teckwrap craft vinyls, which is just the normal vinyl setting, and then click less pressure, because right away it cut through both layers, which I don't want. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back and make another pineapple test cut, and I'm gonna use the regular vinyl cut setting with less pressure like I normally do with other Teckwrap craft vinyls. And this is another good reason why I always recommend doing a test cut. I mention it all the time in my videos, even if the website recommends a certain cut setting or pressure setting for their vinyl. Always do a test cut, because I would have been really disappointed if I had gone with the recommended pressure setting of 220 and just wasted all of this vinyl. And that's because a lot of different factors can come into play, depending on the quality of your blade. I personally just put a brand new blade in my machine yesterday, so that could have something to do with it. But always do a test cut so you don't waste any vinyl. And even if you watch other CRICUT tutorials or use other brands of vinyl, it doesn't matter. You should always do like a small test cut. All right, so I'm back at square one. I'm gonna go back and make another test cut. So instead of my pineapple being right here, I'm actually gonna move it over to about here. Yeah, to about the 2-inch mark. I'm gonna go ahead and click continue. So this time I'm just gonna choose the regular vinyl setting that's already on the popular or favorites bar. So I'm gonna choose that, and then I'm gonna change the pressure to less. So again, this is the setting I usually use on most of Teckwrap craft vinyls. So I'm gonna go ahead and test this one out, and fingers crossed. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove the vinyl again, and hopefully this time got the right setting. So here is the first cut, and it's hard to tell, but the second cut is right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out with some scissors real quick. And it didn't cut all the way through like it did the first one. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that guy off, and we'll see how it does. So I have my Teckwrap craft weeding pen right here, and now I am going to peel, and it looks like that was the right setting. I always use that setting like 9 times out of 10 with Teckwrap craft vinyls, but I thought I would just go ahead and check out their recommended settings. But again, this is why I always recommend doing a test cut. So that is the setting I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna go back into Design Space and duplicate this little pineapple 3 more times. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut everything out now that I know the correct setting. All right, so I just finished my final cut. So I'm gonna go ahead and unload that from the mat. And then I'm going to cut off just the part that I'm going to be weeding out. Okay, so I have all of my 5 colors here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in with the rest of the pack. And then I'm actually probably gonna trim down these pieces even a little bit more. Like this one is, that one's fine. That one's just the pineapples, but like this one I can salvage some scraps. Like right here. This whole piece I can save and put it with my scraps. And I'll show you guys at the end how I organize all of my scraps as like kind of like some bonus footage. So I'm gonna do, that one's good. Maybe I'll just separate this one. I find it easier to weed in smaller pieces or like smaller designs. It just helps in case like anything like snags, so you don't like ruin your whole design, and you can kind of salvage pieces. But I like to save every last scrap, especially in these sheet packs, because you only get a sheet. So you don't want to waste any vinyl at all. So I'm just going to cut these down and save the scraps. And again, at the end, I'll show you guys how I organize all of my fun vinyl scraps. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the weeding process. I'm actually going to use my little light board here because my eyes have, I don't know, it's like once I hit my mid-30s, all of a sudden my eyes don't want to work. So this little light board helps. And I did get this off of Amazon. I know CRICUT sells one, but I think it's ridiculously expensive. I think I spent like $20 on this on Amazon. I'll link it down below. But actually, I'm going to go ahead and prep my wine glasses first with some of these rubbing alcohol prep pads. I get a pack of 100 at Dollar Tree, and they're like the perfect little pad or perfect amount of rubbing alcohol that's dispensed on these little pads. So you want to make sure that you clean your surface so it's free from lint and any oils on your fingers or any debris. And you also want to give it time to air dry, because if you try to apply your decal too soon before like the alcohol is completely dried, then your decal's not going to stick very well. So I'm using the same prep pad on all 4 of these glasses, you guys. I mean, these little prep pads from Dollar Tree go a long way. And I get a lot of my supplies from Dollar Tree. All right. So just one more, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set these aside. And I'll start working on the weeding process. And I am, again, using my Teckwrap weeding pen. And I have been loving using weeding pens. I don't really use hooks anymore at all. And I'm also going to be using my little Dollar Tree lint roller. So let's go ahead and get started. And actually, where's my garbage? Look how easy that came off, you guys. That's ridiculous. Okay, so I have my little garbage can as well that I like to put things in. Isn't this cute? I also got this from Amazon. It's my desktop trash can. But you guys, look how easy that weeded out. That's insane. And it's sometimes a good idea to have your design up on the screen so you can reference it when you're weeding. That way you don't pull anything off by accident. But so far, this is insanely easy. And I'm doing this in real time to show you guys how quick this process is going. If my eyes worked a little bit better, I'm sure it would go even faster. Unfortunately, even with the light pad, my eyes have a hard time I actually stopped driving at night because it's just gotten so bad. Okay. You guys, look how fast this is going, and I'm not exaggerating at all. You can see it for yourself. So I think that cut setting was perfect. And I love this little bubble, like, lettering. It's very, like, trendy right now. It kind of reminds me of, like, why am I thinking of Dazed and Confused? Or, like, I don't know. That's, like, one of my favorite movies, too. I'm thinking of, like, the 70s. Like, 70s font. Is that even a thing? 60s, 70s font. I just think it's really cute. Okay. Almost done with this, and then I'll probably do all of the other designs. I don't know if I'm going to do every single one of the quotes or the, I'm sorry, phrases, just because I don't want this video to take so super long. But I wanted to show you at least every, I guess, different kind of design, because I did pick a few different things. So, I mean, that weeded pretty quickly. Oh, I think I just missed the, oops. Come on, eyes. Okay, so I think I need to go back and look at my design. I don't think I was supposed to weed that out. Okay, so there's that. Let's weed out these cute little flamingo drink pool floaties. I don't know why I think these are like drink holders. They just look like drink holders to me. Okay. There we go. Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry about my voice and the sniffling. I know it's annoying. I'm tired of being sick. I felt like doing something today. Been in bed for the past couple days. My husband brought home COVID from work, and so now I have it. So it is what it is. I'm just trying to do something and feel better, and crafting always makes me feel better. Okay, so there's the flamingos. I'll go ahead and set those aside. What do we got here? We got some seashells. I mean, done. That's it for that. That's done. What is this? Okay, we have some bikinis right here. Oops. So this color, I didn't really understand why there wasn't a protective layering on this one. I mean, there may have been, but I couldn't get it off, which I thought was different. I don't know, there might be, but this was the only one that didn't have like the protective film, at least that I could see, to get off. All the other ones had it, so not really sure what's going on with that. It seems like this one is a little bit thicker compared to the other ones. So that protective layering must be on there just really good, and I just couldn't get it off. But either way, my Cricut seemed to have done fine cutting it at that setting. And I'm just putting like these tiny little pieces on my fingers, because it's just, I don't like to go back and forth like that for like tiny little details, because I can just stick it to my fingers and then peel it off. It's just a little bit faster to do it that way. I think my batteries are dying, or I need to recharge my little light pad here, or is it just me? Is it just my eyes, or is my light dimming during this process? Okay. Oh, what underneath? Okay, so that's done. What else do we got here? Some palm trees. I'm just trying to go a little bit faster. So my little fingers are getting tons of vinyl on. It's okay. So far, I'm impressed with the weeding process. It's very easy. It's not frustrating. Okay, so we have some palm trees. Let me go ahead and try to free my fingers a little bit. Okay, so all I have left is the good times and tan lines quote. So let me see if I'll just go ahead and do that real quick. I might speed this part up just because I don't want to bore you to death. All right, so I have all of my pieces weeded out and ready to go. And I'm gonna use one of the pieces of transfer tape, one of the sheets of transfer tape that came inside of the sheets pack. I'm gonna see how I like it with transferring onto these wine glasses. Sometimes I like to use different kinds of transfer tape, so I'll see how it goes. And I'm actually going to use my lint roller that I use to help me weed, catch the little pieces of vinyl, and I'm going to use it to kind of help hold it in place while I place this vinyl decal on. And sometimes you know what, actually I'm going to use the mat too. Sometimes it helps, just like the stickiness, to keep it from like rolling around too much. I have this cup cradle, but it doesn't work really well with wine glasses. It kind of rolls around. And I even like to use the Teckwrap squeegee to help me hold glasses. But again, these are wine glasses, so they don't do very well because they're odd shaped at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and move that aside and cut out a piece big enough for my decal. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take the transfer tape, and I have it sticky side up, and I'm going to put my decal directly on top and then squeegee. And I did look up online the different colors, and there is 6 different colors. They are being sold in the rolls. Now, I still don't know if that 6th color that was in the starter sheets pack was supposed to be in there. I actually have to reach out to Teckwrap and see if that was supposed to be there or not. But there is 6 colors because these are also sold in, I believe, in 5 and 10 feet rolls, maybe even the 82-foot rolls, but I have to double check on that as well. So I'm just kind of slowly peeling, am I in frame? Okay, I'm slowly peeling this back at a very sharp angle, going slow. And any pieces that want to come up, I'm just like this right here, I'm just going back and sticking back down. And then, oh, you're gonna come up, aren't you? Okay, that piece looks like it's fine. Okay. So I have my decal, and now I'm going to go ahead and cut a few little flexing strips or slits in it. That's just gonna help me apply my decal a little bit better. And then I'm going to, let me actually stand up. Okay. I want to put this on straight, and it's kind of hard to see sitting down. Okay, so I'm going to start in the middle and then kind of pull it over. Okay, and just take your time with this. You do have a little bit of flexing to do, or moving around to do on this. because it is a round surface. So if you get bubbles like this, don't worry. You can go back with your squeegee later on and try to flatten those out. It's not a huge deal. Like this end is not coming out how I want it to. Okay. I think what happened is I put my decal down too far at the bottom. That's not a big deal though. These are just for me. If I were to sell these, I'd redo this one, but these are just for my own personal use, so I'm not freaking out about it. But it does apply very well. The transfer tape does. I was wondering how well it would work out, and it does seem to be transferring okay. I think it's hard. It's a little bit harder because there are like these thin lines, like the outline, but I can go back and try to fix that a little bit. I mean, it does look really cute though. I think I'm gonna try a little bit harder on this one. I think what I need to do is actually raise this up a little bit, the decal more towards the top. So I'm gonna try it again with another one. And I'm gonna use a brand new piece of transfer tape because I did cut slits, and actually let me just cut this whole dang piece off. Okay, so let's try this again. And what I might have made my decal just a little bit too big now that I think about it, which that happens sometimes. Okay, so I'm gonna try to place it a little bit higher. Oops. Oh, please work. It can be tricky to do these like curved wine glasses. I'm not the best at doing them. But I think the bubble, like the bubble type letters are forgiving with a wine glass or a project like this, because the letters aren't perfect themselves. But this one looks like it looks a little bit better than the first one that I did. So, and I'm gonna go back with my squeegee and kind of okay. And cutting the slits also helps like peel chunks off at a time. Yeah, I think placing it up higher looks a little bit better. Oops. This piece wants to... Okay, so I probably what happened right here is I missed the rubbing alcohol swab. There might have been some oils left on the glass, but looks like, yeah, that one I think looks a lot better placed up higher because it didn't mess up on this curve right there. So I think that's the better placement. But see, even with like messing up, it doesn't look that bad because of the style of letters or like the font that I chose. I think it looks really cute. So, and again, these are for personal use, so it's not a big deal. So actually what I'm gonna do, instead of making this video super long, is I'm gonna do these two off camera, and then I'm just going to decorate these ones on camera to show you guys. And because I chose 4 different designs, I'm going to choose my largest design and just cut a strip of the transfer tape. And I'm going to use the same piece for all 4 cups. Now, with this design, because I had to cut slits in it, I had to cut out 1 piece of transfer tape for every single phrase. So with these, I don't actually have to do that because I don't have to cut slits in them. I hope that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off the transfer tape, put this on, and a way that this goes faster is to just put a piece on every single, like, I'll show you guys in a second after I get the transfer tape off. Yeah, it definitely peels off a lot easier. I think it's just because of these like super thin lines right here. It was a little bit more time consuming to peel off the backing of the transfer tape. So what I mean is when you're applying like the decals on one strip, just adhere the piece that you want on, excuse me, and then peel off. So that didn't really take a lot of effort at all, as you saw. Like, I barely touched it and it's on there. Alright guys, so here's how my glasses turned out. I think they're super cute, and keep in mind this is under studio lighting because there's not a lot of natural light in this room, but I think these turned out super cute. And it was really easy to apply the designs, and as you can see, placing the decal higher really worked out a lot better than the first one that I did. You can kind of see here that it just didn't really apply right. So sometimes just moving shifting it up the decal a little bit works out, because these ones look perfect. So I'm really happy with how the cups came out, and I really like the colors already, even without like the color change. I think they're super cute, the colors at least. So let me go ahead and put some ice in each one. Alright, so overall I'm very happy with this vinyl. I think it's really cool. I like, again, how the color shift isn't immediate like the regular cold color changing vinyl. It does take a little bit of time, which I think is fun to watch personally. And I like how it's easy to weed and easy to cut once I figured out the right cut setting, and easy to apply, even with the transfer tape that it came with in that starter sheet bundle. All right, so I just poured the ice water back out of the glasses, and as you can see, the glasses are starting to heat up and the vinyl is changing back to its original color. So like if I go like this, you can see the heat from my finger is warming up the vinyl. I just think that's so cool. And again, I like how it's like gradually changing and not like an automatic shift of color like Teckwrap Crafts cold color changing vinyl, their new one that I just reviewed, I believe last month. So I really like that vinyl too, but I like this one. I think a little bit more, the neon cold color changing vinyl, because I already like the colors to begin with, like this really bright neon yellow and then the pink. I like the colors to begin with. They're not more muted or clear like the other cold color changing vinyl from Teckwrap Craft. I just like how this already has color to begin with. And it's really fun. And Teckwrap Craft is always coming out with new innovative kinds of vinyl. Like they have a UV color changing vinyl, which I can't wait to try out. And I haven't tried it out yet. And so be sure you're subscribed so that when I do try that vinyl out, you can test it out with me. All right, so now for the bonus footage, I'm going to show you guys how I store all of my vinyl scraps. So here are the scraps that I cut from today's project. I have this hanging file folder organizer from Amazon. So I purchased the gold file folder organizer separate from the file folders, which I also got off of Amazon. I just really like this really beautiful marble colored file folder set. And I have each tab labeled different colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and find the pink. I have a pink and purple folder, and then I just put my scraps in here like this. And I can easily pick out scraps. I have one for green. This is more yellow to me though, so I'm gonna put it in the orange and yellow folder. Again, I just have different scraps in here. Kind of hard to show you guys on camera like this, but let me pull that. So I'll just put that in here. And it's just an easy way to organize. I actually got this idea from Kayla's CRICUT Creations. And then I have blue green, which are the same folder right here. So I do want to get another set so I can put HTV, do like a permanent vinyl and then HTV set, because I only have like one file for HTV, and then I have one file for transfer tape, which I can also put the scrap in there as well. It's just a lot easier for me rather than going through like envelopes. So I really would like to credit Kayla's CRICUT Creations for that fabulous idea. And that's gonna be it for today's video, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. And again, if you want to try out any of these vinyls for yourself or anything else from teckwrapcraft.com, remember to use my discount code seapandacrafts for 10% off. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in my next one. Take care.